Welcome. I'm Gajendra Liyanaarachchi. The purpose of this video is to explain how to pass CIMA E3 successfully. E3, the subject is called Strategic Management. I have lectured this subject for more than 19 years and I have produced many well prize winners throughout the years. So I know exactly what is required to pass this paper. I have developed a wonderful system. I will explain to you in this video how the system works and how you could learn to pass E3 or Strategic Management very successfully. There are 3 steps in my process. Step 1 is theory. Step 1 is theory. Step 2 is revision. Step 3 is application. So we have theory, we have revision and we have application. Let's look at step 1, theory. A lot of students think when you have conceptual or theoretical subjects, it is boring or there's a lot to study. And a lot of students don't like that. Actually, after watching my video, you will definitely change your mind regarding the study of theoretical subjects, especially business subjects or strategic management. Let's see. Let's look at the conventional approach or the approach used by people to study and teach strategic management. Well, there's a textbook, isn't it? Everybody loves the textbook. It's so big. But let's see how the system works. Normally, the textbook has about 12 chapters. So you have a big textbook and you have 12 chapters. So what do you normally do? The lecturer will teach the first chapter. Okay, this is the chapter, this is the outline, and these are the issues. And after the end of the chapter, there will be questions. So you will be doing the questions, maybe with the lecturer on your own. Right, done, thumbs up, you know that chapter. Move to the second chapter. You do the same thing. End of the chapter, there are questions. Let's come to the third chapter. Do the same thing. Look at the questions at the end of the chapter. Good, well done. But there's a problem. You know that. What's the problem? Once you reach the third chapter, you've already forgotten the first chapter. That's right. So imagine studying all 12 chapters. It takes about 2 months. So then come to the 12th chapter. You're done. You're done with the syllabus. Let's do the exam. You can't do like that. Moment you come to the 12th chapter, you forget the 3rd chapter. You forget the 5th chapter. Now what to do? Now this is a problem. This is why continuously students struggle in the exams. They do something now, they're thorough with it, but when you finish that, the original part you did earlier, you forget. It's because this system caters for generating short-term memory. I repeat, the study systems generate short-term memory. My method is very simple. We are looking at knowledge creation. We are looking at permanent knowledge, nothing short-term. So let's see my approach to study theory for strategic management. We don't study based on chapters and we don't restrict ourselves. We have an open, broad and a beautiful perspective towards the subject and concepts. Strategic management is a nice subject. Let's see how it works. From the beginning to the end, you will study the concepts in an integrated manner. It's like a beautiful river flowing. The flow must continue. When you continue the flow, then you will have permanent knowledge and ignore the short-term memory problems. Let's see. I have developed the syllabus like a river. It's like a continuation. Let's see how it works. You start with mission, objective and strategy. Mission defines the purpose of the organization. So in this side, you start with the mission and the objectives and strategy. Once you study that, you move on internal appraisal. What is internal appraisal? That is your internal capability. That is the capability of the organization and the core competence, what you can do. Once you study what you can do, you look at the outside world. What's that? Environmental analysis. So you looked at what you want, that's your mission, objective and strategy. Then you look at your internal capability, what you can do. Then the outside world, environmental analysis. Now you have a doubt, can we do it? We have a certain capability, but the environment, the markets have changed. Can we do it? That's why we have corporate appraisal. You can call it a SWOT. Strength and weakness are internal, our capability. Opportunities and threats are the outside world which we see. Now we strike a balance between our capability and the outside world in achieving what we want. What's that? Mission, objective and strategy. Then we have a corporate appraisal. We'll give a clear idea or a snapshot regarding where we stand in a particular market. Once you know that, then we can identify what are our options, what can we do to achieve our objective. Simple. That's called strategic option generation. That's where you learn all these theoretical models from BCG to ANSYS matrix. Strategic option generation. We look at what are possible options we have. Can we select all the options? The answer is no. It's like buying a shirt from a retail clothing store. You pick everything, you see everything, but you pick a particular shirt, which is important. So now it's time to select that shirt. So once you have the strategic options, we have strategy, evaluation and choice. In this methodology, we will pick the exact strategy we can implement to achieve our goals and objectives. So strategy, evaluation and choice. Once you study that area, then we are clear now. Yes, we are going for this strategy. We are going to develop a new product. That's our strategy. Now we go to implementation. What do you mean by implementation? Executing the strategy and the plan into practice. All the functional areas of marketing, comparison, value systems, modern systems, IT systems, everything will be studied under this because you implement what you plan for. Then what's the next topic? That's right, because implementation and plan are two different things. You implement in practice, you plan inside the boardroom. So clearly that's a difference. That's why we have control. So we understand control, what are our existing control, what are our external controls, and how to strike a balance between traditional control and modern control. There's a very important topic we learn under control. What's that? Change management or management of change. Why? Because we develop the plan for the next 5 years. Sometimes we develop a plan for 10 years. Beautiful plan, professionally done, lot of research involved. But the problem, things change. The markets change completely. So that's why we learn management of change as a basis to ensure that you have adequate control. Why? To achieve the objectives. So that's why we should change. Why? To achieve our original objective, we must continuously change and understand the conditions. Identify the factors of change, develop the systems, change the mechanism. People might not like it, resistance to change. So all these topics you learn as part of control. Now I have clearly integrated this wonderful syllabus into an identifiable, meaningful system. It's a story. It's a nice story. So use this methodology, use my frameworks to study. You will always have permanent knowledge and you will like the subject, and each concept throughout the study you will be able to relate with one another and achieve successful results. Right. Now we looked at the first stage of my process, which is called theory. Let's come to revision. Right. Second stage is revision. What do you mean by revision? Revision. Revise. Revise? How do you revise? Remember, you can only revise if it is permanently in, because if it is not in, you cannot revise. A lot of people think revision means doing all the past papers or doing a lot of questions or all the questions in the world. No, that's wrong. Question practice. It is just a system of practice. It is not a revision. So more questions you do, better you become as a practice. Time management and understanding technique. It's not a revision. So what exactly is a revision then? Very simple. This is how you do it. First, You go through the system, you use my technique to remember things and develop permanent knowledge. Right, now you leave your notes to the side. Take a fresh sheet of paper. We are going to revise now. Keep your mind open. Don't worry to make mistakes. You can do this with me, step by step. Don't worry about mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Right, take a topic. Competitor analysis. You write that on the half sheet or the A4 paper. Competitor analysis. Think, permanent. What is competitor analysis? You can write on the document, what is competitor analysis? So maybe number 1, evaluating competition, identifying who is successful in the market, identify the market leader, identify the developments in the industry. Okay, so that is competitor analysis. Why do we do it? Simple. Number 1, maybe learn from others, identify your position, identify your possibility of survival or if there are any threats, look at your cash flow, look at your customer segments. So that's why you do it, which is very simple. Then you can ask, don't worry about the syllabus headings. You don't need to remember or study the exact heading in the study text or in my notes. So next question you can ask, how to do it. Very simple. How to do it? Then you think, okay, miles and snow analysis. Good? You know miles and snow. You can check that. Kotler, levels of competition. You might think, what is levels of competition? You're not sure. Brand competition you might think, what are the others? If you're not sure, put an asterisk mark or use red color and just put a question mark. That means you don't know that. If you don't know, you don't know. That's it. Don't worry. Right. So you leave that model. Then, competitor response profile, Philip Kotler. Laid back competitor, stochastic, you're okay with that. So no problem, you can jot that down. That's not a problem. Right. Then think, what else? Advantages of competitor analysis. Simple. It's a learning mechanism. You can be creative, you can be innovative, you can develop new products, you can identify the systems and the procedure, you can benchmark your portfolio. So all these things are there as advantages. Right, what else? Limitations of competitor analysis. What are the limitations? It's a good model. You think, what's a limitation? What are the limitations? Maybe we try to be like them, me too approach, but you can get stuck there. Okay, not sure. If you're not sure, then you can go back. So then take a red pen, asterisk mark or a question mark. You don't know that. Fine. Now what's your revision? You have a clear result from your revision. What's that? When you did a revision of competitor analysis, number 1, you are not sure about the Kotler's model on levels of competition. Right. Then you are not sure about or you didn't know about limitations of competitor analysis. Simple. That is the fundamental logic. Now you can study that area looking at the notes and try to find out some development why you could not remember. Once you do that several times, you develop permanent knowledge, which is very important. Then after a couple of days, you can try that again. Mark my words, when you do it again, you are through, you will remember that. So that is how you develop a revision. Every topic, every key concept in your knowledge, in your notes, in your theory should be revised. Revised by whom? Should it be revised by a lecturer? It should be revised by you. That's what you mean by a revision. Remember, to revise, it should be permanently in. Right, now you know my technique. Let's move to the third stage or the final stage. What's that? Application. Let's see now. This is very important. To design application system, we need to understand the examination. 90-minute exam. So you have 1.5 hours to do this exam. How many questions? 60 questions. Very dynamic system. Wonderful methodology. Test the ability under real business. You know, real business strategists has to take the decision very quickly. whether you invest in a market or not. It's your choice. It's your game. Ball is in your court. Let's see how it works. So 60 questions, 90 minutes. 60 questions, 90 minutes. That is 1.5 minutes per one question. 1.5 minutes per one question. I have a clear system. I divide questions into 3 areas, which is called TPC. TPC. T is technical, which are theoretical questions. P is practical, which are common sense questions. C is complex, which has both practical and common sense. For technical questions, you don't need 1.5 minutes. You can do it before 1 minute. Why is that? That's right, because you know it. It's a knowledge, it's pure permanent memory. Once you use my theory and revision system, you will have your permanent knowledge. So that's not a problem. So technical questions, less than 1 minute. What about the practical question? You can take 1 plus. I'm not saying 1.5, 1 plus, that's fine. Maybe 1.5, because they're common sense, you need to read everything. What about the complex ones? Yeah, they're complex. Large scenarios, more data, more options to select. Take more than 1.5. How do you take more than 1.5? Simple. You save time from the what? Correct. Technical questions, which you complete less than 1 minute. Right. I'm going to give you 3 examples explaining how to categorize, how to classify questions based on my method TPC. Take a simple example. Let's say Sam is an entrepreneur. Sam is an entrepreneur. Sam has been in business for last 5 years. So he has reasonable knowledge about business. Sam manufactures soap, bathing soap. One day Sam goes for a vacation, a personal trip, and in the airport Sam meets an old friend. Hi. Sam meets James in the airport. Then they have a casual chat. And then he realizes James is the marketing director of a perfume manufacturing company. Then they talk about perfume. Then James tells Sam, hey Sam, we are planning to introduce a new soap which has a perfumery impact. I think you can do something with us. That's great, James. Let's talk about it. So then Sam thinks about now developing a partnership with James. So Sam says, give me 2 weeks. I'll go home, I'll develop a plan, and we'll have a meeting. Done deal. You shake hand. Right, so that's the story. The question. Explain the nature of strategy developed by Sam in introducing the new perfume soap. Explain the strategy developed by Sam in introducing the new perfume soap. What is the strategy? What is the question? TPC. Is it technical? Is it practical? Or is it complex? Is it what? Technical, isn't it? Was it a planned strategy? No, there was no plan. He was leisurely in the airport. He met his friend, had a chat. Strategy is what? Correct. Emergent. Emergent. Strategy developed based on the market, just ad hoc. That's called emergent strategy. So now I give an example regarding the technical question. Let's look at a practical question. Okay, take this example. Donald. Donald has a small business. He started this business 6 months ago. How many months? 6 months ago. It's an online distribution system. Online distribution system. So you can get into Donald's website and you can buy any product and Donald will distribute it to your own doorstep. He will charge a commission for that. So that is his online distribution system. Since it's a very new business, Donald attends a seminar on how to use information to generate competitive advantage. What's the seminar? How to use information to generate a competitive advantage. And in this seminar, Donald learns about a concept called big data. What's the concept? Big data. So the question will be like this then. Identify the option which best explains. Identify the option which best explains the use of big data for Donald's business. Identify the option which best explains the use of big data for Donald's business. So you have 4 options now. Is it technical? No. It's a practical question. So there are 4 options. Well, this is the catch. All 4 are correct. That's the issue. So you need to read very carefully one another. You can't pick the answer the way we picked emergent strategy. Just like this. Now, you must read all 4, think, and select the best or the most suited answer. Now that's why it is practical. So I don't mind a student spending more than 1 minute for a practical question. Right, let's move on to the third one. Complex questions. Let's look at an example. Okay, Steve is operating a retail clothing store. Steve is operating a retail clothing store. Steve was in the casual clothing market for 10 years. His main target market is the residential neighborhood where he lives. So he sells casual clothing to the people around him. He was in the business for how many years? 10 years. Right. So occasionally Steve brings branded sports clothing. Branded sports clothing occasionally. Just when he buys merchandise, he just buys branded clothing to sell. And Steve realized when he looks at his accounts for the last 3 months, he's getting more profit from branded sportswear. So he's deciding now how to introduce branded sportswear as a complete system or a new business model. Okay, complicated. Why? Because he is not into branded clothing. And your mind should think, what is his existing core competence? Casual clothing for last 10 years. Neighborhood, that means people regularly buy casual clothing, not very expensive. Now he's going to shift into what? Yes, branded clothing. Can he be stuck in the middle? Generic strategy, Michael Porter. Let's see. Now let's look at the requirement. The requirement will say, select all which are appropriate. Select all which are appropriate. There can be around 6 answers here. 6 answers. Select all that is applicable. Okay, maybe all 6 are correct, or maybe only 1 is correct, or maybe 3 are correct. Well, let's look at an answer. Okay, first one it might say, Steve should not try to develop branded clothing or branded sportswear clothing with the existing model because it can stretch the brand beyond the competence. Stretch the brand beyond competence. Should be okay. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe brand stretching is good. Maybe it's not. So it's a complicated question. What's the solution? Take it easy. You will definitely need more than 1.5 minutes. Take 2+ if you want. How do you attempt these questions? Very simple. Listen carefully. Don't do this question. What? Don't do it. Flag it. Flag it. That means you can do it later. Imagine you go to the exam and your first question is a highly complicated question on strategy. Don't do it. Flag it. Do the easy ones. Save time. Then give your best shot with all the trumps you have. Remember, go to war with all your weapons. Don't just read a question and think, okay, time is running out. Now, leisurely finish all your technical stuff, come to the practical things, then look at complex. You have 20 minutes to do 10 complex. Just give your best shot. You'll be very successful. Now, this is the methodology. I will summarize what I said now in this video. 3 stages. You have theory, you have revision, and you have application. In application, we looked at how to answer the questions in the exam with the model I developed, which has 3 steps. Technical questions, practical questions, and complex questions. Right. You will clearly identify now a fundamental easy method to study, and you will enjoy the subject more. If you need my help on this subject, you can always contact me. I'm developing a new Facebook page called CIMA E3 Sri Lanka. Keep in touch with me. I will help you to pass this exam. Thank you for listening. I'm Gajendra Liyanaarachchi. Good luck.